Hello everyone. I hope all of you are doing good and thanks for your strong support on YouTube and Udemy. So here I'm going to tell you about a few important details in purchase order header. How will it be impacted in the business process? So, which we are mostly familiar only we can consider. So for example, payment terms. Let me improve that a bit. Payment terms. So payment terms, if you see in the purchase order header, you see that within 30 days due date or within 15 days, 2% discount. Okay. So in the purchase order, there is a standard condition type called SKTO. So that will play the role based on if you are paying early, so the vendor you wanted to give a additional discount, cash discount, it will be applied during invoice and payment time. So the payment terms is going to play the role. What kind of cash discount you are going to get? It's not based on the gross price and all. The overall cash discount based on the how early you are going to pay. So like that, it is going to be. The payment terms will be helpful. And second one, which you see, Incoterms. Incoterms, it also full name is called as a international commercial terms. So these international commercial terms like FOB, free on board, and CAF, and there are multiple international commercial terms are there. It deals mainly about the insurance. So when the cargo is coming via ship, if some accident happens, who is going to pay, or what kind of insurance, who has to take care about those things, and all these shipping related supply chain guidelines, the international commercial terms which are applicable for across the globe. It is mostly similar for all the companies. They have to follow the commercial terms which were agreed. So you mostly see this import terms during the procurement, import procurement or overseas procurement. So payment terms and Incoterms. So after that, one more any important thing if you want to highlight, what are the uses of mode of transport? Mode of transport. I'm trying to write better with pen. I believe if you write slowly, it's getting better. So mode of transport you see in import tab of a purchase order. So what is the use of this mode of transport? You see the two types also, the details and all, the air or so what are different types are there, like air or road or air flight or anything, whatever the different agreed mode of transport. So how will it impact in the business process? Based on the mode of transport, the vendor is going to plan your package. If it is going via ship, what kind of packaging? If it is going via air travel, what kind of package? And if it is going via road, how to do the packaging? That packaging things he will take care. And also it will tell you the delivery time also can be changed. He will play that the delivery time. If it is a air flight, how soon he has to send. Okay, and few companies will plan that one mode of transport is air, means urgently they need it. So the delivery time also they will reduce what is normally agreed. If it is a regular thing, the 60 days or 30 days or 40 days, whatever agreed, it can be for a via road or via ship. Okay, so mode of transport will play the role to derive how soon the material is going to come, means the delivery date will be changed during PO creation itself. And mainly you are giving information to your vendor that I need air flight for this material, means you are requiring bit earlier. So he has to plan whether he can deliver or not. And also the vendors won't if it is an outside vendor, right, most of the cases, the agreed mode of transport will be used in 99% of cases. It cannot be like sometimes road, sometimes frequently cannot change it because they have their own plan. They have multiple customers to deliver the goods. So mode of transport will be useful for them to plan how soon the material needs to be delivered and how to manage the packaging things. Mode of transport, you see that. These are the three important things which I can highlight. And anything more, purchasing group. What is the use of purchase group? Normally, we learned about purchase group and what kind of role it is going to play when it comes to purchase order. So purchase group mainly is a department or a person. Okay. So based on purchase group, you can create admin group, HR, and mechanical, purchasing, supply chain, like the multiple groups can be created. When you procure materials for specific department, you can give that purchase group. So based on the purchase group, you can get the reporting. How many purchase orders we created for supply chain this month? The reporting wise, it will be helpful. And also it will be helpful for you to derive your purchase order release strategy. So for supply chain related PO, the first level will be supply chain executive, then manager, then the complete factory manager. So it is going to help you for your approval hierarchy and the reporting. So two major benefits you can get with purchase groups. So exchange rate. Exchange rate. Anyway, before close this video, I will show you the PO screen also. So I need to switch off this board and then I will open. So exchange rate will be helpful when it is import procurement or overseas procurement. What is the exchange rate? We have, there is a flag also. You can control the same exchange rate, whatever was available during PO creation, that should be applicable during invoice also, or else you get it the dynamic. So those things can be controlled. The mainly exchange rate will be between your currency, the company code currency and the vendor currency. So the currency which you see on the purchase order header, that comes from the vendor currency and the exchange rate based on your company currency. For example, your company is in India, INR, and your vendor is in US, then USD. The exchange rate will be shown based on the INR and USD, which is maintained in SAP database. So these are the five special or important things I wanted to highlight. So there are many fields are there. If you really want to know that, Ganesh, can you explain about this field and all? Please put a comment. Definitely, I will plan one more video as a purchase order header important terms part 1, this one, and I will release part 2. Okay. So before we go to that, and let me open SAP screen. So once I share the screen, the board will be disappear. And which desktop we are going to show. Okay. So I'm going to show the desktop 2 to SAP screen. I hope SAP comes here. S4HANA. So I just want to show you the purchase order header, which fields we discuss. And you can comment the list of fields. Definitely, I will make one more video because I want to make certain videos based on the user requirement. User means the audience here. So based on the audience requirement, so that it will be more helpful. We'll bring SAP screen here. So this is the SAP screen. Let me check in June. We are seeing the SAP screen or not. Okay. So we'll go to ME23N. So first I'll go to ME23, we'll find something. Or else we'll go to ME2N and search, or we can use the different. So if you go to the header, I was explaining about these fields just now. In delivery invoice, the payment terms, which I explained, within the 3 days, 2% and all like that. Then it will be within 30 days, 2%. So discount and all will be there. And second one is I was explaining about exchange rate. Here you can see here fixed exchange rate. If you put this flag, the same exchange rate, what was created during PO time, the same will be applicable during invoice. But many companies don't use the fixed one because the purchase order may be created in the month of January 2025 and the goods might come in the month of March 2025. The invoice may be posted somewhere in the March or April. So from January to April, there will be exchange rate differences. So if they want to utilize like that, then they don't use the fixed flag. Or if the company and the vendor, the agreement was like whatever exchange rate I was available during PO creation, the same thing, let's continue till the invoice, then they keep the fixed one. So these two terms we have discussed today. And second one, third one is org data, the purchase group I was explaining, how it is going to help for the reporting and purchase order approval hierarchy and all. So another thing which we discussed, yeah, Incoterms. So Incoterms also we discussed. What are the different SAP, not SAP, supply chain standard related. So those things, FOB is the more popular. EXW also we see it. So each international commercial term has its own significance. You can go to Google and search as Incoterms. So you will see the standard article of supply chain management or in Wiki or anywhere you can find it to read about each Incoterm and what is going to be using. Okay. So yeah, this PO doesn't have the import tab. Okay, so because of that one we don't see, otherwise you will see the mode of transport. Let me show you at the vendor level, the mode of transport field, where you maintain the mode of transport in the vendor master purchasing data. Okay, so go to, yeah, we are already in the purchasing data here. Go to purchasing. And here you will see the mode of transport. If you are in ECC, you can directly check in MK03 purchasing view where the mode of transport details are available. Yeah, this one. In S4HANA, in business partner, you can see the mode of transport in this field. So what are the mode of transport is maintained? We maintain the mode of transport at the country level. So in each country, we can maintain those details. If you click F1, and it will show you the details of mode of transport details. Okay, so each country level you can maintain it. Go to customizing. So it will take you to the SPRO where you can define the mode of transport for your respective country. So mostly the SAP standard has given a mode of transport, but we need to discuss with business and create new, for example, DHL courier or air flight with manual pack, or whatever, some different things if the business has requested. So those things can be done. So here, see, foreign trade customs and the transportation data, define mode of transport. This is at the country level. Based on your client requirement, you can use as it is, whatever is given by SAP, or you can create your new sea, rail, and all. If we check it for India, you can see the country here. Okay. India, IN. Okay. So if it is something not maintained means we need to create for our country. So mode of transport, then just sequence number and use the description. Sea, air, road, air, mail traffic, or dedicated transportation. They have something and automotive. So sea transport, anything, whatever the nomenclature they are going to use it, we need to maintain it. Especially this mode of transport will play the role in the CDI related purchase orders, and which were agreed with the vendor based on the my mode of transport. You have to decide your package, because when it comes for through road, what kind of precautions they need to take care. When it comes through rail, the packaging should be what kind of package. If they have any kind of a requirement, the mode of transport is going to play a key role. So this is about important details in the purchase order header, whether it is S/4HANA or ECC, wherever you are. These details will be helpful. Please watch this video and learn and understand. If you want to know about any other fields in purchase order header or item, you can put it in the comment so that I will consider for my next video. Thank you.